Hey guys, this is Maou Cosplay, and today I'm going to be discussing with you guys some makeup tips that I find essential. I am dressed as Inori from Guilty Crown because there's no better way to show how important makeup is if you're dressing as a different gender. When was the last time you've seen me in a girl cosplay? Me with my deep voice now. Now I'm just like, hey. So, I'm a 23-year-old guy and I can make myself look like a girl because of makeup. That's why it's important. Stay in school. So these are all my personal tips that I pretty much use every time that I do makeup. I only do makeup for cosplay, so I don't know beauty makeup. Maybe you can use these tips for beauty makeup, but unfortunately I can't really speak much for it. Chia is going to be doing her own video on skincare and why that's important when you do makeup and why it's important for cosplay and stuff like that, so be sure to check it out on her channel. So a big thing that a lot of people seem to have is that there's a right and a wrong way to do makeup. Yes, there are more proven methods to do things, but there's no wrong way in my opinion. I mean, like, I guess there could be, but I don't know. But like, you can always achieve the same look with a variety of different techniques. So I think that maybe, for instance, with contouring, you can achieve successful contouring with foundation contouring, with eyeshadow contouring, with both. They both can have the same result. Some ways of doing makeup are going to work for other people and they're not going to work for you, and that's okay because everyone's face shape is different and their eye shapes are different, and it's going to be a personal experience. So don't worry if someone does like the perfect cut crease and you can't replicate it, because it's okay, you have a different face. I'm always going to be the one that's going to push people to do makeup for cosplay because it just makes everything look so much better. Even if the character that you want to do doesn't wear makeup, just do makeup. It makes you look better in photos and for just please wear makeup. I don't care what gender you are, what you identify as, just do it, please. What I am going to suggest though is to make sure that you keep your situation in mind. So what I mean is that at a convention, it's going to get hot, you're going to get sweaty, so try not to wear like thick layers of makeup because then it's just going to get uncomfortable and then it's going to like look bad and then it's going to like crumple and but you still do need to wear makeup because con photos are terrible and makeup helps. It really does help. If you're going to be doing a photo shoot, then like you can like really go to town with your makeup because then it's going to just be for like an hour or two and then you're going to be done. But you need, it's going to look great on camera. You're going to probably look like really bad like in person because it's going to be really heavy, but just trust me. Just trust Papa Maou. Papa Maou knows what's best, okay? So when you're going to be wearing contacts, yes, I do agree that you don't need contacts to cosplay because a lot of people, they can't wear contacts, and that's okay because you can always just edit in Photoshop or whatever. But I would recommend that if you can, try and wear contacts because it just gives like that extra, like just that cherry on top for your cosplay and it makes everything look better. That's not really a makeup tip, but whatever. But when you're putting in contacts, try and find a method that works for you for putting them in and doing your makeup kind of thing. So personally for me, I put in my contacts first and then I go through the makeup process. I know Chia, for example, she can't do contacts before putting eyeshadow because she somehow manages to put eyeshadow on her eyeball. So if you just need to like work towards your own strengths. But please make sure that you have clean hands when you're putting in contacts, because if you have like foundation and stuff on your fingers, it's gonna smear. No, just please wash your hands. Just wash your hands. I'm going to say this because this is my belief, but I only recommend cruelty-free makeup. Like, I'm sure you get like lots of vegan makeup too, but that is super difficult to find in South Africa. So at least I can satisfy my conscience by using cruelty-free makeup. So brands that I would suggest that don't break the bank and are actually pretty good, and they're also cruelty free. LA Girl, Essence, Catrice, Palladio, Beauty Treats, which is like a really cheap makeup that you can find in pharmacies here, and it's actually really not bad. I know that Cryolan, also their makeup is hypoallergenic as well, so it's even better. There are probably a lot more, there's a thing in my eye. There are probably a lot more brands that you can go and use, but these are the ones that I've personally collected and I really like using. And so now I can't say the same for beauty makeup, because for beauty makeup, I don't actually understand how the palettes work and like what colors you want. I don't know. I really don't know. Chia knows because she wants palettes and I'm like, but what can I use it for? So what I would suggest is getting palettes according to colors that you need. So the first thing that I would recommend is like a palette with like a lot of colors. Because for cosplay, you need like the different color things. You need the eyebrows and like you just need a lot of different colors. So I would recommend something that has like a variety. This is a Beauty Treats palette, and it's served me very faithfully. Something that you can get from Essence, I know, is that you can like make up your own palette. So I put in like my most used shades. So for doing eye makeup, I pretty much use all of those colors, and then I also add in some pinks as well. So making up my own palette was super helpful, because then I don't have to have like this weird green that I'll never use or something like that. But this is separate to my eyebrow eyeshadow palette kind of thing. If your eyeshadow does have a tendency to be like really heavy and like fall onto your cheeks while you're busy with your eyes, you can also do, I think Kleiner Pixel does it. She does all her tutorials, she does her eyes first and then she does foundation on the rest of her face. Personally, I don't have like the skill to not mess up my eye makeup, so I do my face first and then my eyes. And then if any of the eyeshadow residue gets into your cheeks, you just use a little fan brush and then you just gently fluff it away, and then your makeup's saved. Because I know it's very frustrating when you go, oh, what's that? And you wipe and then it's like this black streak and you're like... On the topic of cosplay makeup versus beauty makeup, I really can't speak much for beauty makeup because I don't do beauty makeup. I've never been good at it. I can say that I'm fairly good at cosplay makeup because I do it a lot, but beauty makeup, it's completely foreign to me. It's different, and it's okay if you can't do beauty makeup. I'm speaking pretty much to the ones that just want to do cosplay makeup, I guess. But just keep in mind that like if you see like really beautiful Instagram models or Jeffree Star with this like freaking killer eyeshadow like and looks beautiful, you don't need to replicate it. It's okay. Cosplay is like, the makeup is so much simpler. You don't need to like learn really complicated like techniques and stuff. So just calm down. You can do it. I believe in you. While I do agree that more expensive makeup does tend to work better, you don't need to go for the most expensive of the range. You can find makeup brands that are cheaper that will work well enough, just like I have. So keep in mind that you don't need to break the bank, but also try not to spend like the least amount of money, because then you're just going to end up with a bad product that's going to be really difficult to use. So makeup brushes. Yes, there are a lot that you can get. Like you can get a whole set of them. I honestly ordered like a set and it was like, I think it was honestly like $15 off AliExpress, and it works well enough. You can also get them from like your pharmacy, and like they're okay quality. Like obviously if you want like really like crisp quality, you can always order that, but you don't have to go for the most expensive. I honestly have like been building up my collection with like various brands. So I've got one from Miniso, I've got Carla, I've got this random brand that actually doesn't have a name. But it all works, and you don't need a full set. You can make do with literally just like the bare minimum brushes. While it's harder to work with, like, for instance, if you literally just have a packing brush, it is going to be difficult to do your whole face with it, but it is technically possible. But it is possible to get like a small set that has like like a blush brush, a packing brush, an eyeliner brush, like just like a small set. And those aren't expensive. And I would recommend that because then at least it'll be easier to achieve whatever makeup look you want to go for. A tip for female characters versus male characters is in the lips. For some reason, I don't do well with like lipsticks and lip glosses, but for female characters, having a like two-toned lip balm or like a clear lip gloss can look really nice in photos because then it gives like some dimension to your lips. For male characters, using a nude lipstick to dull the pigment in your lips makes it look a lot more anime-like because for some reason they don't have lips. Yes, you do get character-specific makeup, so for instance, like getting the eye shape of this one character right, but you don't need to learn that right now. Just learn from the basics and build up from there. So first learn how to just apply your foundation, then learn how to apply eyeshadow. Just start from the bottom and then work your way up. I taught myself pretty much all the things I know about makeup, so learn by watching tutorials. Don't be afraid to research things. There are so many tutorials on YouTube that you can literally just binge. Do it. For instance, a lot of beauty tutorials actually can work well for cosplay, and while you have to like do a lot of translation, you can use them. Someone that I would really recommend for character-specific makeup would be Kleiner Pixel on YouTube. She really does beautiful tutorials with the eye makeup and just everything, so definitely go give her a look. Powder and setting spray are your best friend, and you should take some powder with you to a convention. If you don't use powder or setting spray, then your makeup could like get like all and then just like not look good and just set your makeup, because then everything's gonna stay looking fresh, stay in its place. It's gonna, yeah, you know. Something that I've found incredibly useful for when I'm wearing makeup for, I don't know, longer than 1 or 2 hours is this little thing from Palladio. It's called rice paper oil absorbing blotting tissues with rice powder. But yeah, it's super helpful because it's just like a little blotting paper that you can just you can just dab on your cheeks, and then it like absorbs all the oil, and then you're not looking at shiny and bad in photos. Very nice, very nice. Should you put on your makeup before or after putting on your cosplay and wig? Honestly, I think this depends on the person. I find it easier to like be not like just completely, I can be in pajamas and like just clip my hair out of the way, do my makeup, and then I'll get into my clothes. But for some people, they prefer to have the wig on and their cosplay on already. In Chia's case, she ended up exploding an entire bottle of foundation onto her cosplay 5 minutes before we had to leave. So just be careful. For cosplay, you don't necessarily need false lashes, but sometimes for a character, they're just going to give you that extra like cherry on top, just like contacts do. So for instance, for female characters, I like to wear the lashes, the floofy things. I like to wear the lashes because they just give that extra feminine touch, and also it can help with like changing your eye shape. So if the character has more of like a straight upper eye and then like, you know, like it helps. You can also use bottom lashes to like create like a different shape of the eye. A tip that I have for doing eyeliner, particularly like liquid liner, and like not like messing it up, because it is very difficult to match the one side to the other. Trust me, I know, I understand. A tip that I have for that though is that I mark it out with eyeshadow first, because it's easier to wipe away. So I mark it out with eyeshadow and with a brush. You might have seen it in a tutorial before with me on my channel. I use that to mark out where the line is going to be, and then it's a lot easier when I actually do the line. Another tip is to keep makeup removing wipes or something in your bag when you're going to a convention, because you never know when you just need everything off. But also like pack your little contact case, because you're going to need that too. Practice makes perfect, and yes, so many people will say this and it will be repeated over and over and over again, but it really, really does matter. I mean, the first time that I did makeup for cosplay, it didn't look good at all. It was very mediocre. But through practice, you get better and you learn more. And your Todoroki from this year to the Todoroki from that year is going to look completely different, and that's okay because it shows how much you've grown with your skill in makeup. I hope that these tips can help. These are just like some random things, like random pieces of advice that I have swirling in my head. They may not make sense. I just hope that they help. If they do help, or if you have any other helpful tips that you think can be beneficial to anyone, then please put them down in the comments, or like let me know somewhere else. Tell me if you enjoyed the video, tell me if you didn't enjoy the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all the links in the description. Why am I waving my arms around? I don't know. Am I in character? No, I'm not. Please be sure to check me out on Instagram, on Patreon, because I have a whole bunch of gifts and goodies for people that sign up. And be sure to like this video here on YouTube. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.